My name's Kyle Stewart, I'm 21 years old and I'm underkeeper on Ardverikie estate. It's a big estate, we're just about 40,000 acres, so for 2 full-time keepers and 2 students there's a lot of work to be done. So the year usually runs with stag stalking into hind stalking between August and February, so we've got quite a long stalking season. Then from then on we've got vermin to control, into March, April, May, and then once May comes, once the weather breaks, we've got a lot of maintenance to do. We've got about 60 miles of hill roads in the estate which we do all by hand. And I would definitely say our year revolves around the stag stalking. It's everything that we do gears up for the stag stalking. All the maintenance is to look good for guests and family that are visiting every year for the stalking. And hind stalking's, again, really enjoy the hind stalking, but stag stalking is definitely the highlight to our year. It's very important that you can work on your own and be trusted to work on your own. We're in some pretty harsh environments at the best of times, so you've got to have a fair bit of understanding of weather and where you are, making sure somebody knows where you're working and what time you expect to finish and stuff like that. So being proactive and telling the estate where you're going to be or telling your head keeper where you're going to be is pretty vital.
What we're looking for is just someone that's willing to learn. The benefit of taking someone on in a Modern Apprentice is we have them for a guarantee normally of 2 years. Then they can tend to go on and do there's another course available for another 2 years. So chances are we'll have them for 4 years, and by that stage, it's almost like having another full-time member of staff.
We have a lot of people walking through the estate. We've got the East Highland Way that runs through here, which runs, the full length of the estate from west to east. So we've got to work around walkers nowadays. We can't, with right to roams and rights of access, we can't tell them to get off our hill. And if I wasn't doing the job I was in, I dare say I'd be a hill walker myself because of my enjoyment of the outdoors.
Kyle's a fantastic employee for us. He's been hard-working and he's probably been one of our best students that we've actually had.
You've got to be very trustworthy when you're going through the Modern Apprenticeship. You're coming into a young age. You've got to come into a workplace, working environment and be trusted to, do your work at college, do the work on the estate, and it can be a big step up from high school into a Modern Apprenticeship, but it gives you that basis to go on and do higher education as well, from going on to the National Certificate and higher National Certificate. It's sort of a gentle slope up. I've heard of so many friends from uni and college that are going through college and they've got student loans and they're not getting paid, or they're working a job that they don't enjoy. I think if you're in a job, you don't do a job like this for the money. You've got to, but getting paid is just a 16, 17 years old getting a monthly salary, a monthly wage is, it makes it all the better, and you're not racking up a student loan debt like some people that have left school and gone on to uni and done.
I look after the Modern Apprentices and I assess them on the workplace, and also when the apprentices come up to the college, and I assess them there, make sure that they're all learning on the workplace, and generally they're younger people that are coming onto the course, so sometimes there's issues that are affecting them on the workplace, and we're trying to smooth those out as well by mediating between the estates and the students themselves.
The college lecturers are brilliant at supporting you. I've seen me phoning up if I've been stuck on college work. I could phone them up at weekends, evenings, weekends, and they'll help you out, give you the right references to look up stuff on the internet, and their knowledge, the lecturers' knowledge is just second to none.
I think the teachers are very enthusiastic, and that definitely shines through on the students that we get.
The employer doesn't really have that much paperwork to do. The college takes up most of that. We have contracts of employment that we expect employers to sign and adhere to. There's really about 3 bits of paper that the employer has to do, and then the college does all the rest of it.
I think my CV now with winning the Lantwa Award is just, it's helped me. I've had a job since I left Ardverikie as a student, and again I've come back to Ardverikie solely, I think, because I've got a fairly substantial CV, so the Lantwa Awards definitely help.
Yeah, so quite often the estates will contact us directly and say, I'm looking for a new trainee, and do you have anybody in mind? And we have a lot of trainees that will come and apply to the college to come onto the course, and then we can look at the ones, we can know what the employer wants, the type of estate it is, and that there might be a certain age bracket or whatever that they're looking for, and then we can send, what we do is we send the profiles of the applicants to the employer, and then the employer actually just gets in touch with the applicant straight away and interviews a small handful, and then that way they get the ones that they want. Yeah, it's a great profession, and you're working with nature and being outdoors, very healthy.
As a gamekeeper, no 2 days are ever the same, and I enjoy that diversity. You know, I take a lot of photographs and stuff, and it's because I'm in the right place at the right time and see views that a lot of people in Scotland aren't lucky enough to see. So that's one of the main reasons why I enjoy my job as much as I do.